the Maple Leafs coming off that win against the Devils, and it was a pleasant sight for Leaf fans to see Auston Matthews play the way that he did. It has not been, and this is an understatement, the year that he had a season ago. What have you seen from him recently, and what do you see his kind of role going into the playoffs as a guy who has scored as much as he has, but has tried to make tweaks to his game to help this team have success in the playoffs?
Well, I think everything's going to be measured in the playoffs, isn't it? Right? I think that no matter what happens, no one's going to remember, maybe he had an off season if he's lights out, come that first round. I still got 29 goals, 33 assists. I think he's, just shy of 53% in the dot. But he hasn't, he hadn't looked like himself for a good portion of the year. And, you always see him sort of skating in that offensive zone and the way his first few strides and the jump to his step and the finishing on a check. And so you're starting to see him gravitate a little bit more to that. Of course, now he's got Marner back on his line. I think, that certainly helped getting fed the puck in different manners, having that, the wherewithal, knowing where each other are. I mean, just that beautiful feed the bunting leave the other day for the game-winning goal. And that's confidence. And you want him going at the right time. And I think that's the biggest thing as you watch teams through particular seasons. And you can certainly talk to it, is when you get on that train and it's moving. And so I think for Leafs Nation right now, it's about getting Auston Matthews on the train at the right time. And if he can be moving come that first round of playoffs, that's really all that's going to matter.
I've always said it, Cheryl, people are talking about Tampa and, their experience and what they've done the last 3 years, and the Boston Bruins, the season that they're having. But if Auston Matthews decides that he's the best player in the series and he's going to take control of a series, I don't care if it's Carlo, McAvoy, Lindholm, nobody can handle that package that he brings to the ice. And him and Marner, they're two of the best players in the world. And if they dial it up a notch, it's very difficult to stop.
Oh, it's incredibly difficult because it's not predictable, right? I mean, Marner's got eyes in the back of his head. He's got incredible vision. He can draw guys to him. The one thing in the playoffs is when he's looking for Matthews, he's going to have the puck on his stick a little bit longer, which means, he's probably going to get bumped a lot more. So, if he can move that puck and Matthews, he can shoot. That puck, it doesn't need to be set. It's off either foot. These guys are incredible, the way he can change the angle and the quick release shot through a screen, from any angle. He skates away from the net to figure out, how he's going to attack it. So, yeah, they can create their own space and, they can finish. So these are a dynamic pairing that if they are moving, and, it's a feeling, you go through the ebbs and flows of a season. It's never perfect. But if you can get it at the right time, those two are so dynamic. They would be so difficult to stop no matter who's in the crease. And how they can get that puck moving laterally against, one of the greatest goaltenders in the game in Vasilevsky, they can bury it. They can do it. We saw it in the early rounds last year. They just got tied up game 6, game 7.